So nuclei or the nuclear physics. So I'm going to start from scratch. Okay. So first thing is, let us know what is this nucleus. Correct. So we know it's a positively charged mass of the atom. Correct. Yes or no? And what does this nucleus consist of? Protons and neutrons. So I'm just starting from scratch so that anyone can understand this thing. Then one more important thing for us is the atomic number. That is given as Z. And then there is mass number. So what is this atomic number? It is nothing but the number of protons. Correct? In the nucleus of an atom. So I'm writing it out, everything, so that anyone can understand this thing. And then comes next our mass number. That is given by A respectively. So normally what we think is atomic number should be given A and mass number Z, but actually it is the vice versa thing. Okay, so mass number is A and atomic number is Z respectively. So now let us understand what is this mass number thing. So that is nothing but total number of, or else I'll write neutrons plus protons. Neutrons plus protons is this mass number respectively. And then comes our nuclear size. So these are some important terms in this. And where R is equal to R naught into A power 1 by 3. Okay, if you ask me what is R, R is the radius of the nucleus. Okay, and what is R naught? That will be given in the question. It is an empirical constant. And its value will also be given in the question. So normally the value of R naught is nothing but 1.1 into 10 power minus 15 meter. Correct. Yeah. Then comes our nuclear density. The fourth one. So nuclear density, one of the questions which is asked in the entrance is whether it is dependent on mass number or not. Dependent on mass number. So the answer is no. It is not dependent on the mass number. It is independent of the mass number. Which one? The nuclear density. Then one formula we have to remember. Rho is the nuclear density. So mass by volume. Correct? So here mass of the nucleus by volume of the nucleus. So the formula is same only. Suppose if you are forgetting this formula, I want you to draw this triangle. Okay. Then write down here mass, correct? Here density, here volume. So what is mass is equal to density into volume. What is density is equal to mass by volume. What is volume is equal to mass by density respectively. So by drawing this triangle, it will help us to memorize easily. Okay. And coming to the formula for this. So this is nothing but 3m by 4 pi r naught cube. So I told what is R naught, that is the empirical constant in the last formula. And what is M? M is nothing but average mass of a nucleon. So everything they'll be giving in the question. We have to just substitute this thing. So I'll just draw the thing which is important here in the box. Next one, AMU or atomic mass unit. It's a very easy and familiar term, correct? So 1/12 the mass of the carbon atom. That is my AMU. Fine. And this is equal to 931 mega electron volt. Okay, so once you're doing the questions, you will come to know what is these things. The next one, some major terms in this: isotope. So first thing is for me to write an example of this. H11, then I'll write H12. So you can write here also if you want. You can write here also. Okay, it's up to you where to write. Okay, either you can write like this or like this. It's up to you on how to write it. Okay, so in order to avoid the confusion, I'm just going to write it like this. This is the way you have to write it in future. Correct. So always the greater one. We can see the number greater is 1, 2, 3. So always the lower thing will be what? Our atomic number. The higher number will be our mass number. That is just a common sense for us. This is my mass number. The lower one is my atomic number. So we can see clearly that isotope, same atomic number. Because obviously mass number is greater, but different mass number. So only study the example, we will be able to understand each and every thing in this. Then comes our isobar. So here also I'll write the example first. Then I will do the other things. Hydrogen, 1, 3. Helium, I'll put 2, 3. And then sodium I will put, or else this is fine. Hydrogen and helium is fine as one example. One more example I'll put is I'll put sodium. That is the mass number is 22, atomic number is 10, and neon also I'll put. I will put here 11. So we can see here they're all having the same mass number, but different atomic number 1, 2, 10, 11. Okay, fine. Or else one example is more than fine. Okay, no need to confuse with the multiple example. This is more than enough for us. So same mass number. Mass number is the top one, the higher. Again, I'm telling you very easy for us to remember which is having the more value. There is the mass number. The lower one, 2 is obviously less than 3. This is the atomic number. Same mass number, but different atomic number. Then comes our isotones. Okay. So for this, I'll write one example. Same thing. Hydrogen H13, helium I'll write 2 and 4 here. So clearly I can say here what? Different mass and atomic number. So all of these things we should remember. They can ask this in 1 mark or in entrance also. So they'll try to confuse us and they'll try to eliminate us, but we should be strict to our answers. Very easy for us to remember. Small terms, but very easy. Then isomer. We are very familiar with this term. Correct. So same mass number and same atomic number, but different radioactive properties. Because we are dealing with nuclear physics. So radioactivity will come. Same mass number and same atomic number, but different radioactive properties. This is called isomers. The next one, nuclear force. So the strongest force, first thing is they can ask again in entrance or 1 mark. This is the strongest force. Which one? The nuclear force is the strongest force. Correct. So what is this nuclear force? If you ask me, it is the force acting inside the nucleus or acting between nucleons. Okay. So the most important thing is it is the strongest force. Then if you ask me how it is, so it is 100 times more than 100 times more than electrostatic force. Okay. And it is 10 power 38 times the gravitational force. Okay. Mass defect. So it is given by delta M, mass defect. So this is a formula we have to remember. Capital M minus small m. So if you ask me what is the capital M, so it is nothing but sum of the masses of all nucleons. Okay, so that is my capital M. And what is the small m? It is a mass of the nucleus. That's it. Okay, sometimes they can give it directly, but sometimes what they can do is we should apply this formula also. Z MP, mass of the proton, plus A, the mass number, A minus Z. This is not 2 A minus Z into mass of the neutron minus mass of the neutron. This is my proton P plus. So I'll write it down neatly here. Plus A minus Z into mass of neutron. So here it is Z into MP plus A minus Z into Mn minus Mn. This is my mass defect in this. Okay. Then comes our nuclear binding energy. So again, it is the minimum energy to separate nucleons. Up to an infinite distance from the nucleus is called the nuclear binding energy. So again, same formula we have to use. Okay, but what formula I've seen in entrance, I'll tell you. This is the formula which is always come for the entrance. Nuclear binding energy equal to what? This per nucleon, okay? Per nucleon is equal to nuclear binding, total nuclear binding energy by total number of nucleons. So they will be giving us nuclear binding energy value. They'll be giving us total number of nucleons. We'll just divide this. That's it. But this formula is only been asked only one time. In the last 20 years, this is the only one time they asked in physics, this particular formula. Okay, that is in 2003 paper. That's it. Now comes our packing fraction. That is P. So P is equal to exact nuclear mass minus mass number by mass number. Or else if you're feeling difficult, P is equal to exact nuclear mass. Correct? So that you can put as E and mass number is A. By mass number you can put it as A. That's it. Fine. Again, this is not that important. This particular thing is not that important. So I just want to tell you this is the thing. That's it. Not that important. So radioactive decay law. Okay. Yeah. So this is nothing but before that we should know what is the radioactivity, right? Correct. So before knowing this law, I'll write down radioactivity. So because I want to start from scratch. Correct. So it is a disintegration. So let me write it down. So it is the phenomenon of disintegration. No, I don't want to write. It is a disintegration. Disintegration of heavy elements. Into lighter elements. By emission of radiation. is called radioactivity. So who found out this radioactivity? Henry Becquerel. So what is the unit of this radioactivity? Becquerel. Okay, they can ask in 1 mark what is the unit of radioactivity? It is Becquerel. 1 mark question. Yes. Then we should study about the 3 rays. Alpha rays. Correct? So it is nothing but He24 helium. Correct? So it is a doubly ionized helium ion. So this is just an example, that's it. Doubly ionized helium ion. Correct. Next one is beta rays. Fast moving electrons. Correct. And the next one is gamma rays. Electromagnetic waves. It can penetrate very fast, very dangerous also. But what is most important, I'm going to write it next. So I'll write like this. So which means when an alpha particle is emitted by a nucleus, I'll write down in words, when alpha particle is emitted by nucleus. Correct. Its atomic number decreases by 2. And mass number decreases by 4. So from this particular element, correct, alpha particle is emitted. So which means what is this thing top A1? A is mass number. Mass number is decreased by 4 and atomic number is decreased by 2. This is the most important learning. We have to memorize this thing and keep. Very important for us. Next one. If it is a beta particle, X, Z and A, beta particle. So here the mass number remains unchanged, but here I can say the atomic number plus 1. Atomic number plus 1 is a thing. So here what is the thing? When a beta particle is emitted by a nucleus, its atomic number increases by 1 and mass number remains unchanged. So if I write in words, when a beta particle is emitted, correct, the mass number is unchanged. Mass number is unchanged, and its atomic number that is my Z increases by 1. So guys, just compare this thing. Mass number is same, AA. Atomic number increases by 1. That's it. Very important thing. These kind of problems will definitely come for the exam also. That's it. So what about this gamma? So when it is a gamma particle, mass number and atomic number remains unchanged. And it is a gamma particle.